Good evening to everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this edition of State of the State. Apologies, we're behind something to here. Today, today we'll be looking at local government yearnings and aspirations of the people at the grassroots in Ondo State. Just recently, the state had local government elections and government had to see the effects of grassroots and then they have since then swung into action. How well is the actually bringing up actions meant for good governance at the grassroots? That will be the focus of being joined by the chairman, coincidental of our government, that is all governments in Nigeria chapter. Dr. Fasher joins me on State of the State. Thank you so much once again to be here. Now, congratulations on your election. Of course, congratulations, very best.
I want to for trooping out MIS after the last government election. It was indeed an unprecedented one, and of course, I want to appreciate the people at home.
What makes it unprecedented?
Indeed, it was each one. The party in government at the state was one has been able to do. And of course, what potent personnel at the respectivity of the party, I'll show you.
Was it a product of incumbency, hampering on the fact that your party is the ruling party?
I talk about competence here. Competence. I use Akure as a case study about 8 of us contested for the same position for the chairmanship of Akure Central Government, and there were people of party local government. It wasn't an easy task. It was huge. It was based on quality and competence, and of course that's what all displayed to the people, and that's why we are.
You said in an election was a turnout.
I was. It depends on who and which you look at. Said
they tell how scattered it seems to be.
He didn't beat us. We were expecting. I said 20, I saw the turnout. And of course, with the magnitude of what I saw compared to what it was, I say I appreciate people for coming out. Not because he would just want to come out. He came out because of credibility of people are there. I can speak from Akure South, Akure North, down Ilaje. Those competent hands being selected across board to represent our people across the Tinubu.
If that election had been held, do you think it would be what it had in that election?
I repeat again, it will be unprecedented again. How? It's not about the governorship election coming before us. It's about the quality of those people. It's about the party producing them. It's about the competence of those candidates of the party. I want to use myself as an example. Across, I have these. I've gotten an award 5, 6, 8, just within the space of 6 months of being a transitional chairman. And of course, the record is there to set for anybody. I am bold to say it.
Awards,
I'm talking
the nation, many people that are
so many awards invited. We didn't even call them because why? We see we are too busy. What we want
those are
for me, those they are well received.
Election before we into the real many have been very many of the integrity of the process. Because these any adults election. In any case, really, that choose people.
Let me explain context. Like I expressed earlier, I contested 2020, contested 2024. Within that between it's indeed the vote of office constituents produce the outcome of what you say. And because they want to put their choice. They propose as best to do. I tell you, were doing it was indeed outcome of the good people.
The guy seems to agree with me. Because the government, it looks something achievable with the prevalence is indeed financial autonomy for local government. On paper, that's not really coming at
let me say clear people and of course doubt has come to and of course you can see
financial
our for that we're enjoying. Which are where we are. Of course, about the financial autonomy, I say stay. Yes. You know, implement comes there are equivalencies and of course there are tweets. You don't cut a tree and expect it to react instantly. Mm-hmm. For that, there are processes that need to be solved. Of course, I know that being done. This is being achieved. Autonomy also, as you have said, is at hand. From the beginnings of what we are saying, one, let me mention. For us in when the CBN wrote, the CBN written, of course, we are still expecting a copy of us, but that we have read in the dailies. The CBN said all local with CBN means, and of course, we know the guide. We're ready for this. Again, the last report of the center of the governors are saying that's the way to go. One, it will relieve them of burden, to make states, it will relieve the burden of the bottleneck of the express the will, of course, the mandate why we're being voted in. It's going to be a relief to them, but that's why they are saying good number of them. I use my state governor as an example, assenting to that view.
Just recently, local government chairman in those states smiled with utility vehicles presented to them by the executive arm of government, led by Governor Loki Arinatiwa, who bought the vehicle. With which money? Is that the death sentence of financial autonomy?
Now let me express to you, the 18 local governments bought those vehicles. Clearly I speak to the screen. 18 those vehicles were purchased by 18 local governments. It was purchased not by state government.
How did you purchase the vehicles that was now in the custody of the government that now has to now say it's presenting the vehicles to you that bought the vehicle?
Thank you so much. Let me clear this again. I repeat, the utility vehicle purchased were for the running of the office of the chairman and were bought by the local government. Now, the company that we sought to purchase, for the fact that we're buying it, also 18 local government.
Yes.
When the utility vehicle were brought, instead of delivering it at different quarters of respective LG, was deposited at that place for security. Okay. And that's why we were there to pick. Those Elox utility vehicles were purchased by the state, not by the local government, please, not the state government. And of course, we are the one paying for it. We paid.
How come it is reported that the governor presented vehicles to the local government?
Thank you, sir. That Mr. Governor presented that. I've told our people they were purchased by the 18 local governments, the government of the 18 local government, headed by the chairman for the utility service. But I told you the essence was because for safety, when they were brought, instead of delivering at different quarter, they were deposited there for our connection.
There are questions on security at your various local government areas, so the vehicles will not be delivered to your local government secretariat.
No, that's not. I tell you, I said for one, because this is a run of Tagon. We agree at Agon. Let those vehicles be deposited there so that all of us at a date will come pick up and drive down our local government. And like right now, as we speak, entire local government we are happy. Maybe in case you don't know that.
Addressing the chairman, Governor Ida, who has stated that the provision of utility vehicles was to facilitate their movement and improve their efficiency in the discharge of their duties. How does this allow the vehicles? It's been given to you to facilitate your movement and then to improve the efficiency in the discharge of your duties as chairman. How does this justify that you bought those vehicles?
Does it now imply that he bought? He said for the service utility of the 18 local government. It didn't say, oh, the Ondo state government bought this vehicle for the service. It's chairman. Yes, please, get that clearly.
At that event,
yes, sir.
You yourself, as the chairman of Algon,
yes, sir.
You did, and I quote, they thank Governor Idatua for the gesture, yes, assuring him of the commitment of the local government chairman to good governance, grassroots development, and implementation of people-oriented policies. So you're thanking the governor for helping you take delivery or for buying the vehicles.
All right, let me tell you again. When you have family, local government family, don't forget, there is no way you want to distinguish a or between. When they those they 18 local government. Now, as much as we know, oh, we are taught here. When we agree, we are putting this, and for him, for the part, do you know he pays some parts? And ask me the part he plays. The part is playing, we have a convenience to put this vehicle for her to come and pick us. Two, there are some other governments that will object us from doing this rightful thing. And say, no, we object, they want to buy. They will seek this money from us. I haven't seen it as a way to be able to move, to accede to the mandate of the people, and of course to be able to do a service across the 18 local government, other state government, who object this and say the money must be pocketed by them. For Dr. Ayedatiwa not doing this, we according that respect. And that's why I stood to the camera to say, Dr. Ayedatiwa, we appreciate this feat that you are doing.
When did you buy these vehicles?
The vehicles?
When were you sworn in? When did you have access to money that you were able to buy the vehicles, and then within 1 or 2 weeks you were able to take delivery of the vehicles?
Thank you so much. This vehicle, within that, it had been planned. I was while we were in transition. Okay.
Had a premonition, all of you will come back.
Not chairman. I'll clear you. At Agon then, I was not the Agon chairman.
Okay.
As a coordinator of the 18 local government. But then the Agon planned and said there will be need for us to be able to do a civil responsibility in a very civil way. And of course, without inch, what we need to do, there will be need for us to buy this. Do you know the Agon chairman who planned this from SLDO is not part of us now. He planned this for the administration, the running of the 18 local government. The man who was at the head of affairs, who was our Agon chairman then, Ibekele, didn't meet this. He sorted it.
I was. In essence, you're saying it's not the new chairman that bought the vehicles, but local government administration brought the vehicles.
What I'm clearing is this: 18 local government administration bought those vehicles.
Okay, not the things of.
It might not be the executive chairman. At the end, what I'm saying is that office, watch for the office, Mr. Chairman.
Then made a coordinator. Let's go on. Now, there are things of state government chair. Interestingly, you're one of them, by Providence coordinating coordinator of Algon. What should be the preoccupation in the presentation is concerned? These are days where we expect that there is back when the government has something about the come back as it were. Almost seems to be the litmus for that. Do a comeback. Is that really the point?
I tell you this, and then for watching, for local government administration. For no, I want to say this those pickets, here, the return and the rebate of the local government is what their demands, their expectation in this administration shall be met. Why am I saying it? When you look at the caliber of people who are chairmen in this respective quarter, I can assure you they are men of substance. One, when we were having our meeting, upon our mandates as a coordinator, you hear the imprint, the plan, budget, proposed plan for the people. And of course, you will marvel that gone are the days when robots, when they just input 2Gs in the office as chairman, that to just be answerable to call or directive of one person. But now we have people of impeccable character who sit in this office, who understand the nitty-gritty of what it means to be a chairman of a local government. Now to direct their affairs. Let me allay the fear of everyone who are home. Across the 18 local government as a coordinator, I tell you, a rebate and a return of their long expected hope is here. That I can tell you from the area of health, down infrastructure, down agriculture, go to education, these people are here. And we are here to really, the yearning of the people will meet it.
The nucleus of the heart of democracy is in separation of power, and especially talking about effective transparency and accountability in governance. Is it right to say that that might not really be the experience in the setup of local governments in Ondo State currently, because all of you are from the APC? Your councillors are also all from the APC. The leader of your party is an APC person. All the organs of government, so to say, currently, except for the judiciary, are basically or majorly of the APC. How then do we say that there's going to be transparency and accountability in governance from the grassroots even up to the top in Ondo State?
That were from the same party winning that position is a plus and not a minus. I'll say that it makes...
Politically?
I say it's a plus.
Politically?
And I will express it's a plus economically, infrastructurally, educationally. It's a plus to the entire 18 local government. You know, when you look at some states I don't want to mention, you see when a party or a leadership in government have maybe multi-faceted or representative in governance. One good thing they want to do to themselves that is injurious is that they want to see everything to make a clog in the wheel of the leadership or a clog in the acceleration and the pace. But now when you have it together, that you understand the scope, you understand the mandates, you have the mandates, it interrelates, it does not or antagonize each other. It's a plus to the people. That we have same party, same people from the same bedrock of party. Being in governance is a plus to the people and not a minus.
How will that engender transparency? That's a concern of people.
I tell you,
who calls who to order?
Isn't
it going to be a family affair?
I tell you, there is no way. A running of an administration of a local government is by the people. Don't forget the definition. Now,
running of the local government is going to be by the people?
It's by the people. Now, it is not only the legislative of tagged councillors and the executive, maybe the chairman, vice, and the supervisor that will be running. We have carrier officers who are there, who live possibly in that same local government with you, who understand what comes into you, who understand what you are getting, who understand how far you're going, who will be running check. There are family people who are home, who are maybe from another political party, that, they will tell, so amount of money came in. This is the investment they are making. This infrastructure, this is the amount it was being costed. And of course that they are family at home. That those who are in the bureaucracy there are not from our party. For that's a check. It's a strong check. When the bureaucracy want to follow due process. And of course that's what we stand for.
Is that the type of check that's obtained right from the time of the era of Awolowo up to what's obtained in 1999, where you find real checks and balances in governance right from the grassroots?
Do you now say because oppositions are in government, that is when you can have real check and balance?
I am asking you,
that's not
you think that could really sum up to real check and balance?
What's called check and balance to us You know, when I started this program, I did mention that we have people of distinct character, noble style, and of it's a check before they came on board. And of course, they know these 3 year tenure, if I fail to do the mandate of the people, and I do not subject myself to be objectively being checked, they might run me off of whatsoever I want to do again in life. For this, ordinarily, it is not having a position in power that brings a check and balance. What brings check and balance is for you yourself. Even when you have a position in power, I'm telling you, there are ways some people does that. You tell you, it's a court. They tell them, have your court, have my job, and the house will be settled. But now that you have people whose integrity is an hallmark to them, who feels that where we are is a starting point for us. That our people, the check and balance for me in Akure, as a chairman of Akure local government, is what I'm doing today. If you will be a clock or a step for me to go further, that's my check and balance. I told you, I have been a secretary of Akure local government. That privileged position I was given, have people seeing what I've done. When I wanted to contest, of course I rolled my interest out. And of course people saw this compared to what I've done, and of course they roll out, and of course they give us support. For me, the greatest form of check and balance is your integrity. Of what you stand to get or lose later in life. For that office indeed is a check and balance for itself. Needful of putting a political party, maybe multi-political party being in power is not the definition to put a real check. To put a real check, your character, your person, your future is a check for you. Thank you, sir.
Do you think that local government as they currently are constituted would be able to rise and say, look, this is exactly what my people want, and not like getting development? Because in that case, development that's going to be an effective one must direct from the people. They must prioritize their own and tell you this is what we want, not push the development on them. Do you think this crop of chairmen will be able to allow the people determine what they want, what is their need to be met, not the chairman saying this is what we want to do for you?
I'll be practical. Because, you know, when you want, and I'll do a litmus test to myself. For us, what we're doing is one, like we did then when we were in office as transitional chairman of Akure local government, we did community engagement. And I'll tell you what that has backed for me till today. We have a platform that we have created in Akure local government. When we started, remember vividly, we have 485 community leaders that came together. And of course, I was asking them to avoid you making a demand of A, B, and I'm doing Z for you. Place your demands. I'm on camera. And of course, people began making their requests. Those who said their road are being graded. I'm speaking to Akure, their road are being graded. Those who said, no, we don't need grade of road. We have potholes on this, our asphalt road. Come to us. What we were attending to them. I give you an example. High school is a place. Osrc road is another one. Those who told us that we don't need this. What we need is transformer. Today, in my meeting, my management meeting, we were launching just a few number of 100 solar lights to be purchased. Why? When I check the log list on my WhatsApp of communities, I saw demands for solar lights. They came to come and appreciate us for what we did for them. And I haven't said that. They mentioned, they said, give up, sir. I haven't done this part of the road. You've answered us on the area of road. What we need is lighting. And for that, that's what is betting this solar light for them. For that, we have the entirety, for me, I have the entirety of Akure on my phone to make a check. And I'm not saying it's not replicated across other or the 18 local governments. That what is their name?
So the local government, is that the consensus of local government chairman, or you think that's not replicated?
My thinking. Okay. Because I know that, okay, I won't mention local government, you know, confidently, I can tell you what is happening in the state from different local governments as a coordinator. Now, I know, but let me speak specifically to Akure, for Akure South local government, that we are using as a litmus test. I'm using it as a litmus test to the state for what are people demands. They are not. Okay, so is what we stand to.
Before we close a short conversation, don't go bring a fashion. You have just 3 years. What did you want to be Akure?
For me, when you ask me, what's your interest of contesting for a chairman in Akure local government, and I will bring your question to this to say Akure local government as a state capital does not wear enough what a state capital should. I've been to 26 state capital by privilege, and I see this local government and their state capital as a mayor in Akure local government. When I look at side by side, without mentioning state, this is their state capital. I myself, I'm not there. And I say, the blood of Akure runs in me. And of course, we feel we can make an amend. My topography speaks not exactly what I want. When it comes to the design, Akure face value. When people come in, where is Akure? Oh, Akure there, and they want to ask me more. Where is it? Our urbanization do not suit my plan.
So what do you plan?
On Monday, I saw a place open for a business that feels does not marry with what Akure scope should be. We seal the place. What Akure should wear, I tell you, 2 things are my mandate for the people of Akure. Number 1, the human capital investment. I want to look to the face of every dwellers in Akure in my constituency to tell them of a new term. 1, that whatever you do you pursue your education? Are you in school? That's why we are here for you, to give you support. Are you an artisan? Whatever phase of business that you do, we want to give you support. There are a lot of people who have business concepts and idea, who are like follow at home, looking sicky and with brilliant idea. This is your time to come up with this your concept. We want to support you. In our sphere, one of my core cardinal points for this administration is what I say to be technical training. And people are not well trained. Haven't trained for 3-4 weeks, they are gone. They want to go and start on their own. And that's why we are having this kind of system. When people want to build in Akure, they go to import them.